Sport in Tenerife. On the island of Tenerife, in the Canary Islands, many sports are practiced, both outdoors and indoors in the various facilities available throughout the island. Among the sports practiced on the island include the following: Canary Islands sports. Canarian wrestling. Canarian wrestling is practiced on the island and may be compared to other forms of Western African wrestling such as Senegalese wrestling. The fight takes place in a circle, usually on sand, and the two fighters face each other and wrestle until one is felled. There are 26 fighters in Tenerife. The island has numerous teams, including two German women's wrestling teams and a league organized by the island institutions, federations, and clubs, with 24 schools participating in wrestling. Palo Canario. The game of Palo Canario, Juego del Palo, is a martial art that is practiced between two players who go into battle using sticks without actually making contact with the body of the adversary. The origin of the game was a method of warfare used by early settlers to ward off invaders and was not intended for leisure. Tenerife has several notable Palo Canario clubs: Club Escuela, Acosta de los Campitos, Club Escuela, Los Mercedes, Club Escuela Marigat, Club Escuela Tagora Cairagua, Club Grupo Bayash de Arofo, Club Grupo Chimquia Los Cantares, Club Grupo Herguin. Bola Canaria. Similar to the French game of bowls, Bola Canaria is a sport that basically consists of gaining points by bowling balls as close to an object as possible. It is played on a rectangular field of sand or soil between 18 and 25 m in length and a width of between 3.5 and 6 m. In Paris, there are some 30 teams that are organized into three categories: first, second, and second B. In the third week of August, there is a special independent competition when teams can be mixed. Rural sports. On the island, there are also sports events related to rural areas, primitive sports such as the lifting of stones and the carrying of livestock, the latter which has an official tournament organized by the Association Canarian. In April, there is a rural sports exhibition for the whole Canaries, usually held in Tegest. Water sports. The island lies in an ideal location for water sports due to its climate and location. Stand-up pedal board. This is a new type of surf provided in Tenerife at Las Vistas Beach in Los Cristianos. The pedal board is powered only by the legs and the steering control on the handlebar. No seat, paddle, or overboard splashes required. A new way to walk on the water and to exercise your body. With a stable and dynamic design, the stand-up pedal board is a whole new experience for fun seekers, and it's like the best alternative of the known types of surfs, like SUP, Hawaiian surf, etc. Surf, windsurfing, and kite surfing. On the island, traditional surfing is practiced, as is windsurfing and the latest, kite surfing. The island has 10 schools and several courses devoted to learning these sports. The main areas for the practice of these disciplines are at El Medano, Playa de las Americas, the coast of Santa Cruz de Tenerife, Guimar, the coasts of Val de la Orotava, and especially at Playa del Socorro in Los Realejos. Some of them have been held several Grand Slam contests for the World Cup in the disciplines of waves, slalom, and race courses. Diving. As with surfing and windsurfing, there are many diving schools and clubs throughout the coast of Tenerife. On the island, there are up to 30 areas for diving where it is possible not only to discover interesting marine flora and fauna, but also in some places to explore the wrecks of sunken ships. Among the best places for diving are Las Galetas, Playa Paraíso, and the Punta de la Rasca el Sur, as well as Garachico, Puerto de la Cruz, or the Punta de Tino al Norte. The presence of species such as turtles, a permanent colony of pilot whales, and the existence of the bottlenose dolphin means that diving is never done alone. Swimming. Swimming is one of the most practiced sports on the island, either in pools or on the shores of the island. There is not only swimming, but water polo with the Club Natación Martínez, which competes in the National Spanish Water Polo League, synchronized swimming, and long-distance open water swimming. In Tenerife, there are 6 teams in the Swimming Federation: CN Tenerife, CN Alendid, CN Echid, CD Tamer, CN Tenerife Masters, and CN Martínez. Boating. Tenerife is ideally placed in the center of the Canary Islands to offer all types of water sports such as sailing, motor cruising, and powerboating. Chartering a yacht or joining a sailing course enables one to explore the unspoilt areas of Tenerife as well as further afield to other islands such as La Gomera, La Palma, and Gran Canaria. Official competitions exist in regards to boating, which include the Velatina, Laser, Snipe Crucero, and the Optimist, for example. Some events are held purely for competitors on the island, while others feature competition from throughout the Canary Islands, Spain, or even internationally. The first ever RYA Royal Yachting Association Overseas Training Center Club Sail was established on the island and still offers training in all types of boating. There are also various sport fishing clubs that exist on the island and a championship of offshore fishing. Aerial sports. In another sense, sports such as skydiving and paragliding play an important role. The Festival International de Parapente International Festival of Paragliding FLIPO is held in Los Realejos. There are more than 40 places on the island which are used for these aerial sports. Motorsports, sports. In Tenerife, motocross, karting, and rallying are 3 motorsports practiced on the island. Throughout the year, rally competitions are held in their various divisions, which take place as part of the regional championship of the Canary Islands. Asphalt rallies are conducted in 3 tests: Rally Isla de Tenerife, Rally de Granadilla, and Rally Villa de Dej. In the mountain rallying category, there are 7 tests, including Gimmer. There is also a slalom event held at Arico. Other sports, sports. In addition to the above, other sports are played on the island. Volleyball. Volleyball is one of the island's most successful sports, particularly in women's volleyball, where CV Tenerife were European champions and participate in the Spanish Super League. 2 other teams are the women's CV Agra 2009/2010 Super League champions and the men's Arona Playa de las Americas, which competes in the Spanish Super League. There is a growing interest in this sport in Tenerife. Football. As in much of the rest of Spain, football is, by far, the sport most practiced and followed by all the island. The Federación Tinerfeña de Futbol Football Federation of Tenerife has a total of 305 teams competing in the different leagues, and football fields are spread throughout the island territory. Chelsea and Spain forward Pedro Rodriguez was born in Tenerife. The most prominent football team in Tenerife is Club Deportivo Tenerife. Another team from Tenerife is Club Deportivo San Isidro. Roller hockey. The city has a roller hockey team, CP Tenerife, one of the most important in Spain, and dispute the main league, OK Liga. Basketball. In Tenerife, specifically the Liga LEB, the second top-level Spanish competition, includes 2 teams from this island. Tenerife was the host city for the 2018 FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. Baseball. Tenerife is home to a baseball academy run by the Atlanta Braves, one which has resulted in a number of amateur signings. The island's baseball club, the Marlins Puerto Cruz, is among the more successful clubs in Spain's top baseball circuit, the División de Honor de Baseball. Hiking. The extensive network of roads and pathways on the island allows hiking. Numerous associations or companies organize trips into the hills, mountains, or along rural roads on the island. Canyoning is a specialty in regards to hiking, and takes the hiker to inaccessible places with high-value natural landscapes. Clifftop walking is common, and there is also ropes and climbing equipment available in some places. Golf. Golf is a sport that has extensive courses and facilities for practice in Tenerife. It is a discipline which is highly tourism-oriented and generates significant revenue on the island, but consequently places a large demand on available water resources. There are a total of 9 golf courses on the island. These include Real Club de Golf de Tenerife, Obama Golf, Golf Las Americas, Golf Costa Dej, Golf del Sur, Amarilla Golf and Country Club, Centro de Golf Los Palos, Buenavista Golf and Golf La Rosaleda. Rugby Union. Tenerife has its own rugby team. Various other sports played on Tenerife include cycling, rowing, tennis, squash, horse riding, judo, karate, and athletics. Club Atletismo Tenerife Caja Canarias is the island's most noted athletic club. Also worth mentioning is the ultramarathon Caja Mar Tenerife Blue Trail, the highest race in Spain and second in Europe, with the participation of several countries and great international repercussions. References